Well, thank you all very much for joining us this evening. Tonight's resolution is the same language that was used in a IQ squared debate in London. And that was a very, very lively debate, and we thought it'd be fun or interesting to repeat it here. And my role typically in these evenings is to sort of frame the debate, to summarize the arguments that we might expect to hear on both sides. But as I thought about the language of today's resolution, it seemed to me that it was not quite the crisp, clear proposition that we usually try to put forth. And it might be more useful for me to reflect a little bit on the actual words of the resolution. First, the word wrong. Well, it's certainly wrong to pay for sex if you want to keep your job as governor of New York. And, you know, I appreciate the laugh. But wrong in that sense is wrong as a matter of public morality. And that's one way of discussing right and wrong. Another way of discussing it is in terms of just private individual conduct. Is this going to make you feel like you've lived a well-lived life if you abide by these principles or don't abide by these principles? And the third kind of possible definition of wrong is it should be illegal or it should be legal. So those are three different meanings of wrong and might lead to three very different takes on tonight's resolution. The language to pay is quite deliberate because it's focusing on the economically advantaged party, and that was a very conscious choice, both in London and by ourselves. And finally, the notion of paying for sex can encompass such an incredibly broad range of ideas, from patrons of child prostitutes and Thai brothels to rich Wall Streeters who support their girlfriends in graduate school. So there's such a huge range of meanings here in the language of the resolution, and we have such an able group of panelists. But I think sorting this out and keeping these proceedings orderly is a difficult task tonight, and it falls to the very able John Donovan, who'll take the evening from here.
Thank you, and may I invite one more round of applause for Robert Rosencrantz. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Intelligence Squared US debate. I'm John Donovan of ABC News Nightline, and I will be moderating as the debaters that you see sharing the stage here with me at the Caspery Auditorium at the Rockefeller University in New York City. 6 debaters, 2 tables, 3 against 3. Will be debating this motion. It is wrong to pay for sex. Now, this is not a seminar or a panel discussion. This is a competition, winners and losers. It is a contest of ideas and logic and quick-wittedness and perhaps charm, but most of all, persuasion, because by the time this debate concludes, you, the audience, will have voted twice, both before the debate and once again at the end. Your vote is to tell us whether you side with or against the teams on this stage and their arguments, and the team which has changed the most minds over the course of the debate will be declared the winner. So now we're going to bring up the House lights, and we are going to hold our first debate, our first vote, rather, and I will reemphasize for those who might have arrived late tonight, we are asking men and women to vote using separate keys. Keys 1, 2, and 3 are for women. 4, 5, and 6 are for men. If you are female, vote 1 if you agree with the proposition, 2 if you vote against, and 3 if you are undecided. If you are male, vote 4 if you are for the proposition, 5 if you are against, and 6 if you are undecided. If you have made a mistake and you regret your key punch, just correct it, and we will lock in your last vote. I'm seeing by the faces that everybody gets this and we're good. Does anybody need more time? Okay, so we're going to lock in the vote. and proceed with the debate.